Imagine amassing a vast personal fortune, only to watch it vanish overnight because you couldn't answer one basic question. In January 2024, Nigerian businesswoman Aisha Achimugu projected an aura of untouchable wealth. She hosted an extravagant 50th birthday celebration here on the Caribbean island of Grenada. The guest list confirmed her high-level access. The event was packed with prominent politicians and executives, including the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Yet a recent court order permanently stripped away that luxury facade. The federal government seized 4.6 billion naira in jewelry, 11 exotic cars valued at 4.2 billion, and millions in unexplainable cash linked to Achimugu. The government accomplished this without securing a single criminal conviction against her. They used a legal mechanism known as civil asset forfeiture. Instead of prosecutors proving she committed a crime, the court seized the assets and placed the burden directly on her to prove the wealth was legitimate. The public display of wealth in Grenada prompted the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC, to look into her paperwork. Investigators immediately found massive, undeclared inflows and outflows surging through 136 different bank accounts. This paper trail led agents to her residence. During a physical raid, they recovered the exact jewelry and fleet of luxury cars that eventually became the target of the court case. During her interrogation, Achimugu filled out an official asset declaration form. However, she failed to disclose the jewelry and vehicles investigators had just seized from her home, fatally undermining her credibility in civil court. Pacing quickened slightly. Because she failed to discharge the legal burden of proof regarding where her money came from, those undisclosed items became permanent government property. Yet, this personal stash was a minor detail in a much larger operation. This massive offshore industrial platform represents the true scale of the investigation. The probe expanded to a company linked to Achimugu called OceanGate, which had successfully bid on lucrative federal oil licenses, requiring a $37.2 million signature bonus. A highly suspicious $13 million payment OceanGate made toward that bonus caught the EFCC's attention. The company insisted the money came from legitimate business earnings and personal gifts. Looking at this forensic timeline, tracing the $13 million backward, the EFCC discovered a highly coordinated shadow pipeline that completely contradicted the company's defense. Step 1 of the pipeline: the money did not originate from OceanGate. Tracing the naira outward, investigators found the funds actually came from contractors executing localized projects for the Lagos state government. Step 2. These state contractors had no legitimate commercial relationship with OceanGate. To bridge the gap, the cash moved through a network of shell companies and unlicensed currency operators across Abuja and Lagos, masking the source while converting the naira into US dollars. Step 3. Now anonymized, those US dollars were fed directly into OceanGate's bank accounts, allowing them to quietly pay the federal government for the oil docks. This specific pipeline illustrates how shadow networks can take illicit funds from local state contractors, wash them through currency intermediaries, and use them to secure highly coveted federal assets. The court definitively rejected OceanGate's defense. Unable to back up their claims with credible evidence, the company permanently lost the $13 million, alongside Achimugu's luxury cars and jewelry. The investigation is still expanding. Authorities are now heavily scrutinizing those Lagos state contractors, actively searching for any public officials who may have authorized the initial unlawful payments. Seeing a worker walking across the deck of an active oil facility grounds these abstract financial documents in reality. This case provides a highly transparent look into the modern mechanics of corruption, mapping exactly how public wealth is siphoned into private offshore sectors. It also reveals how anti-graft agencies are evolving. By weaponizing the paper trail and shifting the legal burden of proof, they can systematically dismantle corrupt empires without waiting on decades of criminal trials. They simply have to ask, where did you get this money?